All right, so I found something in my crypto mining shed, and it could have been really bad. All right, guys, so we're over here at my crypto mining compound, and today's Monday. On Wednesday, let me show you what I found, because then it led to what we discovered the following day. All right, we're over here at our crypto mining compound. Let's go ahead and head into our first mining shed. Give you guys a quick swing tour, and then we'll jump into it. So here's our intake wall with a workstation computer, the workbench here, two 200 amp panels on a 400 amp commercial service, our network up there, and then here we have a variety of Bitcoin and Dogecoin miners. And so on Wednesday, I smelled plastic burning, and I really couldn't figure out what it was. I spent a ton of time looking, couldn't figure it out, and then eventually that plastic smell went away. So I felt a little bit better, but there was a little bit of uncertainty. Now, these watt meters, you can see, give you a reading of how many watts each one of these 30 amp 240 volts is using. And well, look what we came across. So I should have kind of leaned more into investigating what that plastic smell was, because the following day I was here, the Drox meter was off and it was actually smoking. This is actually the Altair Tech. This is the L630P locking plug. Was plugged into our L630R locking outlet female there end, and you can actually see right here how melted that is. Now, the PDU was still running. The miners were still working, but something went wrong here, and it was actually smoking. And I got so freaking lucky that I was here to find this melting and smoking, because who knows if it would have started a fire. So now we got to figure out what happened. Love to get your thoughts down below if you guys have some ideas as to what maybe happened here. You can see it's not on the locking plug side. So it's not on this side, it's on these straight ends here. I'm no electrician. I'm gonna have my electrician take a look here in today's video. I open this up and see if he can figure out what truly happened. We have 10.2 running all the way back to the panel. Each panel is brand new in breakers. And believe it or not, the conduit running from here all the way back to the transformer is brand new, and the transformer is brand new. We have a 167 kVA transformer installed. Now, if that had caught on fire, these are fire extinguisher balls. You guys probably see them around the shed. We also have one up there. We got one over there. We got some over there. We got them everywhere. Even down below, you can see them. These have wicks on them, so a flame has to hit them. And so I traditionally thought, hey, I'll put them above the PDUs. That's kind of my first, area of failure. But what's my second? Right there. So now it makes me, man, do I need to buy more of these and put them over top of each of these meter boxes just to be safe? Now, if you guys are interested, I have a video of me intentionally putting these over an open flame to see what happens. It's absolutely wild. Oh! All right, so it's been a few days, got over here with the electrician. We kind of reviewed everything regarding like what is the inside of this meter, problematic one, look like versus the others. Also went ahead and looked at like the new shed to see like, okay, how is it done there? I'll show you guys that in a minute. I even went online to see how others are wiring up these boxes. I reached out to the meter box to get some of their input. And so now let me share everything we found and our game plan moving forward. Let's talk home mining real quick. If you guys are in the market for your next home miner, I highly recommend ASICmarketplace.com. They have some of my home favorites like the Bidax Gamma 601, the new Supra Hex 701, and look at this, the Canaan Avalon Q, one of my favorite home miners, especially for heating during the fall and winter. And they got some of the new ones out there. The Nerd Miner, Nerd QX version 6.1, as well as the Beast Octa Axe. I can't wait to get one of these. Really looking forward to it. Finally, if you guys are in the market for parts, they actually just started carrying parts for home miners as well as full-size ASIC miners, power supplies, cables, adapters, as well as even control boards. Listen, when you're at checkout over at ASICmarketplace.com, use the checkout code THEHobbyistMiner for $100 off. Check out the links directly down below. All right, so let's step inside the shed here and let me show you what we have going on and what happened. So we're gonna climb up here. All right, so I am no electrician, so I'm putting that out there, but this is the mess that we came across. So a few things to really look at. Now, this just broke off as we opened up the box, but that's not a good sign. And where was this? This was in here. So to give you guys an idea, we're coming in over 10-2 wire, right? And we have it split, you know, up between here, our grounds, our neutrals, and our hots. So we come in, and as you guys can see, everything was going off of the outlet. This is the outlet side. You see here? Everything was coming into the outlet and then going from the outlet to the Drox meter. So you see, believe it or not, we have wire nuts here. And it's a pro and a con, they're points of failure. So we have 10-2 coming in, we have that power then going into the actual outlet. From the outlet, we have it coming out of there, going into our Drox meter for our reading. And what it looks like is, based off my discussion with the electrician, this was going into here and did not have a good connection at all and was actually arcing. And that's why we have this melted mess. Look at this, part of the Drox meter is melted here into the actual outlet. And then when we pulled this off, this just broke off. But look, this cable completely skinned itself. Look, there's no black coating or covering at all. It even caused some of it right here on the Drox meter cable as well. I mean, this was an absolute mess. Now, we went ahead and we started to look at some of the other ones and how they're wired, and we chatted through it, and we don't like it. We don't like it one bit. And one of the things is to keep in mind is a few things. First off, we're using the outlet, and we're not just putting a single cable into the outlet to go ahead and then give us a really good connection. Instead, we have multiple cables going into each terminal on the outlet. We don't like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change things up. Let's go over to the other shed and I'll show you. All right, so heading over to the other shed, you know, it had been over 2 years since doing that one. And let's take a look over here. So what we did over here a little bit differently, and we chatted with all different parties about this, we like this idea much better. So our ground's coming in, direct contact with the actual outlet that you guys can see here, okay? Then the other thing is like, take a look. We're coming in and we're using the wire nut to then split the connection. So one of those, we have another, this is a solid cable running into it. And look, a much better connection. And it's the only thing on this terminal, not multiple different cables off of the terminal. Then we have our cabling going down to the Drox meter with our kind of trash wire. You know, it doesn't need to be a 10-2 solid cable, it's just trash wire for that. And after talking with the electrician, talking with multiple different parties, this is a better way to go because you have a better connection to the outlet versus having everything kind of piggyback off of the outlet terminal. So what's going to happen today is actually Mr. Electrician and his apprentice are going to go through every meter box and double check every single meter box to make sure that they're in good shape, clean them up, rewire them, and make sure that we're not going to have any future issues. Now, other steps we're taking here. I found 2 cables that were running really hot today. And inside, take a look at these cables. I'm going to try to get an angle for you guys. Inside of these is melted plastic. And these cables were running hot. Well, why? Well, this comes back to our PDUs. So we're running the Altair Tech PDUs here. They're amazing. They're awesome PDUs. But my situation is unique. We have all these fans on this side of the shed vibrating at all times. And well, there's nothing that's really locking these cables in. And they can slowly over time come loose. Well, what happens when they start to come loose is they get jostled off to the side. We just had this happen more recently with an L9. I need, in my situation, locking plugs. We need locking plugs on the PDU to avoid this happening, because what happens is it goes in there and makes a good connection when I plug it in, but over time it gets loose. And what we saw more recently was this was almost falling out. And we actually had an L9 that actually melted on the cable and also on the PDU side. So as much as I love Altair Tech, they're great. There's no issues with them. In my situation, I need locking plug PDUs to address this 100% and put us in a better situation. All right, Mr. Electrician is done. He not only went ahead and swapped out the box. Look how good that like greenish teal looks. Don't tell Voscoin, kind of a Voscoin green color, but check that out. That looks so freaking good. It is a different plug. We went with a little bit different of a plug, a little higher quality plug versus the ones that traditionally come with the meter boxes. But yeah, that turned out awesome. I went ahead, trashed the PDU. Wasn't going to use that again, that plug that was all melted and stuff on that male end. And he actually went through and we reviewed and rewired all of the actual meter boxes in not only this shed, but also the other shed. So I feel so much more comfortable. Now it's time to get our locking plug PDUs. All right, it's been a few days. I actually just got in the first allotment of PDUs. We got 14 on order, and these are the 30 amp 240 volt locking plug PDUs that I talked to you guys about from the team over at asicplug.com. Let's get this unboxed because I have an L9 that I just got repaired. I need to get that up and hashing. All right, our first PDU unboxed. Want to give you guys a little highlight of it. Has the ASIC plug sticker. We do have an independent breaker on here. This is always really nice. A watt meter built in, and then take a look. We have 2 of our C19 to C20 cables, and then our C13 to C14. Here's those locking plugs I was telling you about. The cable goes in and will not come out. That's what this release button is for here. So we have a number of those. It does have ears on each side, so I will need to unscrew those and flip them around, as I'm going to use those ears to go directly into the wall there. Traditional, some people will use these in like a network rack, which is really, really nice. Nice thick cable here going into our L630P end, which will then go into the L630R locking plug over there. All right, let's get to work and get this installed. All right, our first PDU is installed. I went a little bit looser on the actual cable. It's actually a little wavy there, but I went a little bit looser. I went pretty tight with like the other ones. A little bit looser on it just to be safe based off my recommendations from the electrician. So I just looped it nice and easy. Even over here, a bigger loop. Not as much tension on the actual plug there to be safe. And now we're good to go. So let's get this powered on. This is PDU 1. Check inside. Here is PDU 1 on this side. Let's get that powered on, shall we? Yep, there we go. And I powered off the wrong one. PDU 2 back on. PDU 1, let's get you on. All right, and now our meter box is on, which is awesome. And the nice thing is this has its own breaker built in as well on this PDU. And there we go. 241.6 volts, 0 watts. let me go ahead. Let's get that L9 installed. All right, our L9 is installed. This is a 16 gigahash model there. Moment of truth. Let's get plugged in. And let's wait and see. All right, we got link lights here, and we're starting to go up there in watts. We're about 900 watts, almost 1,000 watts and climbing. So thrilled. And to show off the locking plug, take a look. Doesn't come out in any way, but I got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of PDUs, a lot of cabling to redo in here. I have 5 PDUs currently. I'm waiting for the remaining 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 PDUs to show up. That'll allow us to finish out the entire row, as well as number 12 and number 11. Plus, I have 2 extras as spares just in case. All right, that's gonna wrap things up for today. That, honestly, all of it could have been significantly worse. And I lucked out. I did catch it, which actually worked out well. It's a good reminder, even for me at this point, to every time I'm over here, let's make sure we check cables, check for temperature, check for melting, check for them being loose. It's something now for me mentally that I'm doing now every time I come over to my crypto mining compound. Guys, I'll leave links to all the products and everything you saw directly down below, from the meter box to the plugs to the PDUs. Go over and check them out, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.